2021 here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We give out free picks. We try our best to win them all. It doesn't always work out that way. And, of course, we win more than we lose. And if you're looking for our best bets, you can find those over at PickDogs and SportsChatPlace.com underneath the Premium Picks tab. We also have kind of an entry-level Premium Picks product that's new. It's our YouTube Premium. So you could subscribe to our YouTube Premium. I put the link in the description, and you could join in on that. And we give out a few Premium Picks, one Premium Pick each, twice a day. We have two different plans, one once a day plan, one twice a day plan. The twice a day plan is nice because you get the late information involved in the picks. The early one is nice because you can get your picks in early. And on a day like today, well, there's a lot of early games and there's a lot of late games, so it's plenty of action for everyone around the clock. But got a lot of ground to cover and not a ton of time to do it. So let's bring in our normal cast of characters. Whoop. There they are. And let me unmute these guys. And, well, we got a gigantic card today of college basketball. And we have a good amount of NBA. I don't know the hockey, but it is crazy betting action as it is just about every single day in college hoops. It's like things can turn in a hurry on a lot of games out there, and we're starting to see it on some of these games. Some of the bigger names out there. Sometimes the line movement matters. Sometimes it doesn't. Really, it all happens on the court. But sometimes these games with the funny line movement, sometimes we see funny things happen in those games too. Speaking of funny things, Brian, what do you think of our new premium YouTube so far? I stunk the bed up yesterday, man. I was terrible, but you guys picked me up. So I believe we had a winning record yesterday. I think we got the St. Bonnie's game. I think was a push. It was a bad push, right? That was a bad push.
So I was 1-0-1 in my games I gave out on the premium channel. If I just would have had those in my regular premium, I would have had a great day. But it's just tough Friday, and I've had tough Fridays before. So.
Yeah, I've had tough Fridays too, and I think we had some really good ones in there. I was surprised Irvine just didn't even get off the bus. For me on the early pick, but it's going to happen. On the late pick, I was kind of on the fence between Cincinnati and another game, and these guys kind of talked.
What happened to Cincinnati? They were up.
Well, you guys talked me into it. I'm not going to listen.
I liked Cincinnati.
I know you did. Because I was like, I'm between this and this, and you guys are like Cincinnati. It's all right.
I can't believe they did.
Yeah, but and that's the beauty of this product is that number one, it's inexpensive, and number two, you're getting a variety of picks from different people, and not everyone's going to be hot at the same time. There'll be times when we're all hot together, but it's the beauty of it is you get four different opinions, and at basically $1 a day, which if you can't do $1 a day, then pack it in. Sports betting not your thing.
I kind of admit I was a little bit overwhelmed this morning with the college basketball.
I'm way overwhelmed this morning, but it's okay.
Like I tried to decide what the hell I want to get. I want to cut out stuff, and it's just
I pulled the Chris. I went crazy. So I excited. Let's go.
That either means you went crazy or you took a pass. And with this many games, I can assume you didn't take a pass.
Definitely didn't take a pass.
How about you, Ron? You're normally conservative in your choices as far as numbers go.
Yeah, I got 5 today. I like the college card. All 5 college. So.
Yeah, it is a college day. There's just 5 NBA out there. I don't know how many NHL, but normally Saturday's an NHL day too.
10.
10. I would, if there was 0, be the same to me.
Ron, you don't have an NBA game. You kind of talked me into an NBA game.
I know I did.
Bugger, you
I
better
might
have
have an NBA game after the show. I gotta look into it a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't have any NBA in yet either. I'm not done today.
Yeah, I got a little bit of work.
I have some work to do too. It's just, like Brian said, it's overwhelming. Because there's only so much you could do last night.
Exciting. I don't know about overwhelming. It's
well,
exciting.
and then you get messages from people.
So many.
It's tough.
I mean, I really research every game, so it's overwhelming. It is. I mean,
well, it is overwhelming, but you gotta.
I mean, I'm 14 hours in, and I'm not done. It's overwhelming. Plus, I did 50 videos and whatever. It's like, I mean, I really it's overwhelming. It is.
You need an assistant.
Anyways, let's get to these early games. Kansas State. I'm just going to read off the bigger name games, and if anyone else has anything else they want to chime in, feel free. Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Florida State, Wake Forest, Xavier, UConn, an interesting game, Big East, and Ohio State, Indiana. The game that I thought would be of the early games the most action on it, but as far as the software that I use, which is the most expensive one on the market, they don't show this one as the most heavily bet game. So I'm going to guess I don't have full information here. That's what can be overwhelming here is that, I'm showing on this game 1,286 total tickets, while on Loyola Drake 1,626. I know there's way more tickets than that on these games, but the fact that this game has 25% less bets on it than that game shows me that I'm missing a lot of information here. That's what it shows me.
There are a lot of Drake fanboys, though.
No, I mean, well, so this game has 1,286. UConn Xavier has 1,702. And I mean, these are light numbers, right? You would think it's 18,000 or 100,000, right?
I think there's just a problem is there's so many games for people to bet that it's spread out a lot.
Yeah, but these are the early games. This is where you see the early action is these games, and this is one of the big ones, So, and this number hasn't really moved much in the last hour. It's moved.
That was my problem. I liked so much at 12 o'clock, and you don't want all your action early in the day, so.
But continuing on at noon, those are the noon games. Brian, you see any of these games that you like?
Yeah, I see a lot of games I like. I like the Indiana Hoosiers plus the points. They've been playing. I know Ohio State's been playing lights out basketball, but the Hoosiers have been getting better and better. Also, that just seems like a ton of points. It's not a game I'm betting the house on, but I like Indiana for a solid number. I also like UIC again today. I got crushed yesterday as Uapui kick butt, but I think you see UIC covered today. I'm going to take all the points with Kansas State against Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State has a tendency to take their foot off the gas, and it just seems like a lot of points. So I'm going to go with K-State plus the points. And I also like UConn plus the 4. Xavier burnt me last time out, but I just think UConn has had more experience this season, and I think they can keep within a possession.
Chris?
Yeah, I think Iwapui was the noise you made after you were watching that UIC game yesterday. But the only one I like here is I like the under 159 in the Citadel Chattanooga matchup. You see the Citadel on the board, you immediately think over, but there's 7-1 to the under in their last 8, and Chattanooga, not the highest scoring team in the world either. I think this is a lower scoring game than 159, so give me the under.
Yeah, see, Brian, on that Ohio State Indiana, I'm still showing the that 1286 number, and now I'm seeing 7s from the 6.5s.
Yeah.
Westgate.
I got 7 when I bet it this morning, but it's been fluctuating.
Circa, I've seen 6.5s mostly. 7 at Bet Online, 7 at Bovada, 7 at GT, 7 at Sportsbook.com, 7 at Bet365, 7 at BetStars, 6.5 still at Caesars. But I think like I said, the number of tickets hasn't moved. It hasn't moved, and it's like I don't think I have good information on this game.
If I could have got a bigger sample size, I might be bigger on Indiana or not on them at all. But I think
to me, it's like it seems like the big late money is coming in on Ohio State in a big way here. So it's like, and they're not. It's like they can't catch up. It's almost like election returns. They can't catch up.
Or just stop counting right
They
now.
just they don't stop. Well, they just make it up as they go along. I mean,
We'll come back tomorrow.
According to some people, stop spreading propaganda on this show.
We got a lot of dead people's money coming in.
Yes, as they said in Chicago when I used to live there, vote early, vote often.
It's 12 o'clock. I mean, I could almost bet every single game on 12
Yeah,
o'clock.
I'm with you. And I might have already done it. So where are we, Chris? Did you give your picks?
Yeah, the Chattanooga Citadel under. The only one I like.
Wow,
That's the only one you like.
wow, you're really carrying the weight on this show, Ron.
I know, right?
Cut him off.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He's
go
taking a pass.
I'm gonna go against Brian here. I'm gonna take Oklahoma State and lay the points. Just Kansas State's been abysmal this season, both offensively, defensively. This is not a team I want to take on the road. I'll lay the points with the Cowboys, and I'm gonna lean Indiana as well. Like Mitch said, do keep track of what's going on with the information as we go towards game time. But as of now, I'm on Indiana slightly. They've been hot or cold this season, but I think this is the spot where they can catch a cover. I think they're a live dog here, so I'll take the points with Indiana.
I think Indiana just scares the crap out of me here. I don't see it. So maybe you guys are really onto something because I do not see it. I see Ohio State playing 3 of their last 5 on the road, and I see Indiana coming off an overtime win against Northwestern, where a lot of people think they got a little lucky in that one. So it's we've seen the Hoosiers. We know. 11-8, they're on the bubble to get, for the NCAA tournament. They're probably on the wrong side of the bubble, right, at this point at 11-8. And we know how the Big Ten and the NCAA committee loves Indiana and the tournament's in Indiana. And so it's like I could see them doing what they could do. But I think if I'm betting Indiana in that game, I'm taking them on the money line. I'm not taking the points because it's like either they're going to push them all the way in or they're going to push them all the way out because there's no getting into the tournament because they covered 6.5 in Columbus. It doesn't work that way. But either they need them in or they don't need them in, and it's going to either be an outright win or they're going to lose by 20. Rod?
For me in this morning slot, I like Wake Forest plus the points. Florida State hasn't played in a bit. I think they come out a little bit slow and rusty here, and Wake Forest jumps on them early. I don't think Wake Forest wins this game, but Wake Forest 5-2 ATS on the road, been a cover machine on the road. Only 1-6 outright on the road, so I like Wake Forest plus the points. I think they get the cover for us there.
Florida State a cover machine at home too, though. You left out that part. 7-3 against the number at home too. It's two sides of the game here. They're also every guy on the roster is about 7'10". Florida State. I don't have a dog in that fight. I'm just saying.
They could win the game.
Wake?
No
way.
Wake is not going to win this game.
No.
They're not. But that last second 3 for nothing to make it a 10-point game, sure.
It's been a while since we've seen Florida State. It's been a while.
What is it? 11 days, 12 days rest. I haven't
since that Georgia
played,
Tech game, right?
Yeah. So that's what I said. I think Wake can come on early and maybe jump out to a lead, and then Florida State comes back. But I'm going to take Wake Forest plus the points in that one. I also like give me Loyola over Drake. Their defense is just solid. I know both teams solid ATS, but I think this Drake team's overrated. I think they run into this top-rated Loyola defense and ain't going to be able to put up the numbers that they have been putting up. So I'm going to go with Loyola Chicago here to hand Drake another loss.
I'm going to go with the non-popular choice here and take Xavier against UConn. I think Xavier's been underrated all season long. We just haven't seen a bunch of them, because of COVID and stuff. But there's no other 11-2 team in the country that plays in a conference like the Big East that's not ranked. It's just, we just haven't seen it, anywhere. They're 9-1 at home. They're 5-5 against the number, but we rarely see a number like this. UConn has been gritty, man. They've been missing their best players. And, I don't love this one, but it's like I'm not a Xavier fan, but I got to be rooting for these guys. I mean, these guys play hard. They came out opening day, beat Oakland by 50. It's like they're determined to get back into the tournament. We know you let Xavier in the door in the NCAA tournament, you might as well just put them right in the Sweet 16 in your bracket because that's where they're headed. So I could see this one being a tournament-style game. UConn probably needs it to get in at this point. It's going to be interesting to see how the committee treats these teams that haven't played a lot of games. And I'm going to guess that these conference tournament wins and losses are going to go a lot further than they normally do in determining this. I also think that some of these teams that missed a lot of games are going to be on the makeup game bandwagon, and we're going to see them play 3-4 times a week. And we're already seeing this in some of these Big Ten teams where they're playing every other day. Nebraska's played twice in 2 days, right? 3 days. And we're seeing a bunch of teams do that. So I would be surprised if we start to see more of that as the tournament gets closer and teams realize exactly where they're positioned. It'll be interesting to see what makeup games they go for and which ones they don't. If it's the out-of-conference cream puff games or if it's the in-conference, game against the big boys. But my guess is we're going to see some of these makeup games. Hopefully Gonzaga against Baylor is one of them, right?
Yeah, that'll be good.
I mean, that's, they were scheduled to play. The game was canceled, and I'd love to see that one. Got some SEC action here at the 1 o'clock slot. Mississippi State -7.5 against Vandy. Kentucky -2.5 against Auburn. This line has moved from 1.5 to 2.5. I don't know. Was that a big bet by Bittler on the Cats?
I see 3.
Yeah, I'm seeing 3 now.
All right. Well, maybe I need to hit the refresh. Got West Virginia, Oklahoma. Got Georgetown, Butler. Tennessee. We got some kind of noise going on here. We got Tennessee, LSU. Got Syracuse, Boston College. Arizona, Oregon. Interesting one. Texas, TCU as well. A lot of games in this 2 o'clock, 1 to 2 slot. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't love how this line's moving, but I'm on the Auburn Tigers plus the points. It's just Kentucky just hasn't got it done all season long, and it's hard for me to pass up points with a team that I think's just as good as Kentucky, if not better. And I like Arizona laying the points at home against Oregon. I don't know why I'm an anti-Duck guy, but I just think Arizona's the better team again, and it's a small number. I think they can cover it.
How have they been the better team? I don't think they've beaten a team with a winning record in 2 months.
Arizona traditionally is a better tournament-ready team. History. But Oregon, they've been good too. But I just like it. I just like the way this line looks.
Did Oregon make the final 2 years ago, or was it the Final Four? Not the last tournament, but the tournament before that.
Final Four, I think.
I think it was definitely the Final Four. So.
To me, it looks like the big batters are back in Arizona here. I'm going to lean towards that.
It's mild at best. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take Auburn as well. I don't think I've ever said this early in the season, but I'm done with Kentucky. I'm writing Kentucky off the rest of the way. This team's a lost cause, and Auburn's been much better since getting Sharif Cooper in that lineup since his
they look better. They look better on the court, but the wins and losses, like I've been following this too, but the wins and losses haven't added up since they've got him back. They're 2-4 since he's joined the team. They do have a win over Kentucky, 7 points at home.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's just been a difference maker.
Oh, he's great. Like you said, great. It's great. Yeah. He's not good. He is worth the probation. He is great.
Yeah. And I'm going to be on the other side of that Oregon game. I like Oregon getting the free bucket. Side by side, Oregon's just a much more experienced team. Like Dana Altman, the king of the transfer portal, he's brought in guys like LJ Figueroa from St. John's, and
they wave that Nike gear in front of those kids, and they just come running. And it's, we saw the other night, Oregon getting discounted against Arizona State. We saw a 4-point line movement go the other way against them, and they did not care. They did not care. They won by 10.
And that was me being on the wrong side of that one, but I'm not going to be at the wrong side of it today. I think Oregon, because there's just too much turnover for Sean Miller with that team, and they're not experienced. I don't know if they're going to be able to handle this kind of scenario. So
I have said this. I've said this a bunch of times, and I'll say it again. The most money I've ever lost on a college basketball game was when I bet Arizona against Oregon. It's the most money I've ever lost in a game. The game was at Oregon, but it was the most money I ever lost. It was the day before the Super Bowl a few years back. And, I in-gamed it like 6 times. I figured, they're good plus 20. It's like, no, they're not.
You gotta have self-control.
They're good plus 26.
It's just a little airborne. It's still good.
It's like... What's the final, man? I'm going to look back. I know I've mentioned this one on the show before, but it's always good to remind yourself of just how bad an Oregon-Arizona game can get. It's because you would never think that it would be that hideous, but it really was. And let's see, when was it? It was definitely an early February, late January game. So it was...
Do you remember what Super Bowl it was?
Oh, here it is. March 2nd. So maybe it wasn't the Super Bowl, but it was March 2nd, 2019. Oregon 73, Arizona 47. It can get that bad. Arizona was a sexy 4.5-point dog in that game. They were the better team. They came in with the better record. It was an outright disaster for me. Oh, this is it. I'm sorry. It wasn't even that one. That wasn't even the game. That was a different Oregon beatdown. This is the game. 85-58 on February 4th, 2017. I'm going to guess the Super Bowl was February 5th. It's either the Patriots-Falcons or the Rams-Patriots. It was one of those two. It was a disaster. It was
Patriots-Falcons.
Yeah,
did you say you made it back the next day?
Yeah, here's how ugly it got for me, okay? 38-18 at the half, Ducks, right? I'm already in on the in-game at like plus 15, plus 18. Figure, what the hell, man? They're down by 20 at the half. They got to at least play for some pride. No way. They lost by 27. There was just... I know who was the guy that killed me, too. Where is it? Oh, they're not showing the Oregon stats for that game. I wanted to read them off. But I got absolutely bludgeoned in that game. All right. I move on.
Yeah. So the last one I liked in that time slot, I like the under in Western Carolina and Furman. It's two offensive teams, but they can't score right now. So give me the under.
I am offended by both those teams as well. It is an offensive game.
Yep, for me, I like Auburn as well. Auburn's already taken down this Kentucky team, and there was a time where Auburn won 4 of the last 5 and took down Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, and Missouri, but they've taken a step back recently. They did take down Vanderbilt on February 9th. I just think that you're getting points. I think this Auburn team could win this game outright again. Not really worried that they're on the road here, so I'll take the points. And I also like Vanderbilt against Mississippi State, getting the 7 points, 7.5 if you can get it. Vanderbilt has been the laughingstock of the SEC, but they've really improved as of late. I think they've covered the number in the last 4 games. They really look improved. Scottie Pippen Jr., I think he's one of the best players in the SEC without a doubt. In the beginning of the season, they were a one-man team, but they're starting to spread the ball around a little bit more with Dessou. And you know what? Getting points against Mississippi State, I'm not really impressed with them. So I'll take the 7.5 with Vanderbilt.
So if I've gotten this, I'll let Rod do his picks, and then I have something to say.
Okay, in this time slot, I like give me LSU over Tennessee. We've seen Tennessee the last couple of games. Their defense isn't as good as they've got holes in that defense, and this LSU offense I think comes in there and can exploit those holes even more. Give me LSU in that one. I like Vermont over Stony Brook. Their point differential is almost 13, and the spread's only 11. I like Vermont here. Give me the Catamounts to whoop up and beat up on Stony Brook. I also like Syracuse over Boston College. Syracuse already whooped them by 38 in December this year. Boston College and their COVID issues all year, they just probably haven't played enough, period. 0-4 on the road. I think Syracuse comes in and whoops them up again. And I also like, give me Bowling Green plus the points at Toledo. I think Bowling Green's been just a little bit underrated, and I think this Toledo team has been shooting lights out, but I think they've been shooting over their what their card says on the back of their numbers. So I think we're going to see a little regression there. I think Bowling Green comes and makes that a tighter game. Give me Bowling Green plus the points in that one.
So I just want to say that the YouTube Premium, okay, I have nothing to do with this. Like zero control. The only thing that I can do on the YouTube Premium is upload content, is do videos. That's all I can do. I can set the membership levels. I can set the permissions for the membership levels as an offering, not per member, as an offering. I do not have access to your YouTube account. I do not have access to upgrade you on YouTube. I do not have access to give you that as a credit for a premium pick that lost at our premium area. I do not have access to show you how to do it on your iPhone. I just Googled it. How do you become a member of how do I watch a YouTube channel membership access on an iPhone or iPad? And there's 10 articles on it on how to do this. So I have iPhones and iPads. I only use Macs, and I'm able to do all these things. So it has to be possible. It has to be possible. It says right here, visit youtube.com or open the YouTube app. Go to the channel. Click join. Tap buy. I did this because Brian wanted to do it. And
I'm going to catch hell if this doesn't go smoothly.
It's not going smoothly. It's not going smoothly. Okay? It's not going smoothly. And the thing is, it's like I had a person yesterday, who's been a good customer and a loyal fan of ours, basically say that I wouldn't help them, that I'm putting it on them. It's like I don't understand how I'm putting it on them. They're putting it on me. And I think I was pretty clear when I started it to tell everybody, wait, because I'm going to add another level. So if you're going to want the other level, wait. We're not putting content there anyway until the other level is available. I made it crystal clear. I said it twice. And I'm going to guess that you have the ability to upgrade. If anyone, I've seen people on the thing because I could see the statistics and how many members we have, who's a member, who's not a member. I could see all those things. But I can see that people have upgraded. So it's possible. I'm just not the person to do it. I don't work for YouTube. If you have a problem with our premium area, you guys know, like that. I could be in the middle of a putt on the golf course. I will stop and help you guys. I could be in the middle of eating dinner. I could be in the middle of doing anything. And I got to say, not everybody that uses the customer service is super respectful either, or understanding in any way, shape, or form. And I do the best that I can. But it's like with this YouTube thing, I have no control over it at all. I cannot do these things you're asking me to do. So I'm not putting it on you. There's nothing I can do. I'm not sure what you want me to do. What do you want me to do? It's like the only thing I can do is cancel the show. That's all I can do. And I'm seriously on the fence of making this a 1 month and done. I think that we stop right before March Madness. It'd be perfect timing. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say about it. I will continue to say the same thing. I do not know. There has to be a way to sign up on an iPhone or iPad. I'm sure there were people that have done it. I'm 100% sure. I have an iPhone. I could try and do it, but I don't know if it will let me because I'm the owner of the channel. Rod, do you have an iPhone?
I'm gonna try right now.
I just pulled out my iPad.
All right. Let's see what we got. 'Cause I can't do it. I'm doing the best I can. I am. But anyways, I'm gonna go over my games. We'll let these guys figure this out. Oh God, I got Ruffalo and Sweat.
Hey, we can land
This
a
is
man
this
on
is
the
this
movie.
is where this has gone. This is where this
This would
has
have been
gone.
faster, but Pornhub slowed my phone down.
This is where we got. I don't know. I'm on the fence with Georgetown and Butler, to be honest with you. I kind of think Butler. I'm so mad at Georgetown for the way they played last game against Creighton. It's like I'm embarrassed for them. I like Oklahoma against Virginia, West Virginia, with the points.
There's no join button on my iPad.
There's none. How about under the community tab?
Let me go look there.
I don't see anything. I just see a couple of polls.
Nothing.
So when you click
This
on
is-
this video, you don't see a join. How about in the description of the video? When you click on the link in the description.
Did you drop the link in the chat at all by chance?
I dropped it in the description of the video.
Okay.
I can put it in the chat though, if you want.
Yeah, if you can do that, then
I mean, this should not be that difficult. I mean, I think I tried to do the right thing here. I mean, I didn't even want to do it. I did not want to do it. And it's like the emails and the everything makes me think I really made a bad choice. All right, so now I'm on YouTube, and I'm going to put this. There it is. This guy says, that shit is so easy. It's really easy. I don't get what's so hard. Fuck Mitch, you are a grown-ass baby. I'm a baby? Because I'm trying to help people? Oh, my God, man. I'm a baby, but you're the one on YouTube, you know, whose life revolves around making comments about me. I'm a fuck Mitch. He's a grown-ass baby. So there's the link I posted. What a jerk. I mean, Cameron Burnt. Bernddt. I bet you not even a real person. It's like, I'm a grown-ass baby. This guy's life is, you know.
Yeah, no problem. I clicked on the link, and it brought me right to where you need to be, and it tells
Right?
you how to join.
No problem at all.
everything.
Right. So you
No
click
problem
on
at all. Yeah,
click on the
my
link. There's
iPad.
one in the description of the video. There's also one. I'll also put one in the comments.
Yep.
Yeah, I just clicked on the link. I got to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, how am I being a baby by saying I'm trying to help people? I'm missing this because I have a serious disconnect with my audience. I believe here, if you know, if that's being a baby is saying that I've tried my ass off to help you guys and I'm not sure what else I can do. I'm missing it. I'm absolutely missing it. Yeah, I'm good. Anyways, let's get back to the picks, man. I like Mississippi State against Vandy. I know Scottie Pippen Jr. is good, but Mississippi State, they got to win games. Ben Howland can flat out coach. I like them. I like Towson against against Northeastern. Towson 3-12. Northeastern hasn't played since Christmas or before. I like Vermont because they've always been nice to me. Got Syracuse. Oh, I kind of like Toledo against Bowling Green. I know the line's dropping like crazy and all the money is on Bowling Green, but these guys have really just stepped in a pit, you know? They have just really stepped in a pit. It's like they can't get out of it. They're just falling. They looked terrible last time. They were on TV the last game.
They did, yeah.
They looked terrible. It was just defenseless, right? No defense whatsoever.
I think they get out of that pit today.
I like Hofstra against JMU.
Oh, I missed that. There's so many games.
Yeah, there is so many games. Anyways, let's go on to the next grouping here. We got Michigan State and Iowa, Kansas, Iowa State, the rematch. Got St. Louis and Fordham, Alabama, Georgia. Got Missouri, Arkansas, Duke, NC State. Brian, any of those or anything in that time slot?
Yeah, early this morning I liked Michigan State, but as the day's gone on, I've kind of drifted towards Iowa here. Looks like a lot of people were liking the Spartans today, and I've seen them play a bunch of games this year, and I think, they beat Nebraska and Penn State, and they struggled to beat Penn State. I just think Iowa keeps it rolling and knocks out the Spartans, and then I really like Iowa State getting the points after getting bludgeoned by Kansas. Game I was on Kansas, I'm going to flip it, and go to Iowa State for this one.
For me in this one, I'm going to stick with Michigan State. It's not often that you get to say this, but I think this Tom Izzo coach team needs to get some tournament resume building wins if they don't win the Big Ten tournament. And Iowa, even at home, I think that would be big. And it's not often you're going to get points with Michigan State at home. So I'll take Michigan State in the points. I'm going to take Milwaukee plus the 15.5 against Wright State. Wright State's been killing teams lately, but every time I bet Wright State with this kind of number, I fall flat on their face. So I'll take Milwaukee in the points. And one other one, I like Southern Illinois against Illinois State. Illinois State's just been god awful this year, and Southern Illinois has been pretty good at home, so I'll take the Salukis.
I'm going to take Alabama, lay the points. I think in my free pick article I gave out Georgia just because my initial instinct was too many points, but I think the line's set for a reason. I mean, Bama, we all know, having a great season this year, ranked in the top 10. I think they're 11th, actually. But Georgia, although they do score about 80 points per game, they just don't shoot well enough beyond the arc. They're ranked 222nd from three-point offense. They're ranked 264th in two-point defense. I just don't think they can compete with Bama in this one. So I'll lay the big chunk of points with Alabama. And I also slight lean on Charlotte plus the points against Old Dominion. These two teams played in a very exciting game in the first game of their back-to-backs. But I think Charlotte gets the upper hand in this one. I don't know if they win, but 4 points is too much. So I think the points could be in play here. So I'll take Charlotte.
For me in this time slot, I like Iowa over Michigan State. This is the dumpster fire game, we'll call it, I guess. Iowa's been, this is where they bounce back. They've been just losing, and I just don't see Michigan State beating them here. I think Garza has a good day, bounces back, rumbles, bumbles, and dumps a bunch in. And I was on Kansas to blow out Iowa State last time. I think Kansas wins this game, but they win it by 10. So give me Iowa State plus the 11.5. I think it's just a little bit closer than what it was last time.
Well, it was 30, so it's going to be a lot closer than it was last
I like
time.
the cut of your jib, Ron.
I mean, I agree with the pick, but I'm going to say it was 30, and to cover 11.5, it's going to need to be, 20 points or more better than it was last time. I would call that more than a little bit.
Okay. It was my sarcastic little bit.
Because a little bit would put you at about 26.
The Jayhawk bird is going to be flying along and think he's all cool, but he's going to get caught in the cyclone.
They've been
He's going to get thrown
shitstorm on the
around
road.
a little, and then he's going to flop down, and then he'll just wheedle his way out.
Kansas hasn't strung together anything this season.
No, exactly.
Straight garbage.
They come out and they play one good game, and they're like, "Yeah, we stopped them," and then the next game they're like, "Yeah." So.
Yeah, I've been
I'm
watching.
with Ron. I like Alabama. Georgia came out, played a good game against Tennessee their last time out. I think there's a letdown spot here. I think Alabama's in for that nice bounce back. There's a 20-point win there. There's a stomping.
I'm on Georgia in that one. I disagree with you guys. I think it's too many points. I think it's just enough points for Georgia. Georgia's, the way that they covered against Tennessee was just, I had Tennessee, and I even had to appreciate the cover there for Georgia. Down by 20, just basically, then they decide they're going to start to play. And then, and when it looked like maybe Tennessee could still squeeze out a cover at the end, they just hit the meaningless three. Like it was just effortless, It didn't matter, and to me, teams like that are always scary. And Georgia's done that on the road all season, 4-2 against the number on the road. We've seen them step it up in spots like this before. Kind of like Fordham. I'm with you guys on Iowa State as well. I think that that's the way to go in that one. I don't think Kansas can string together much. Go into our next time slot. I like NC State against Duke also. Duke's terrible. They're not good. 1-4 straight up on the road this season. Silence.
Well, I was going to say I disagree with you on that one. I think Duke wins easily.
Okay. Brian goes Duke, Lakers, Dodgers. Sure.
Kentucky.
Oh, I just think there's a reason this is minus 3.5 Duke game. I mean, they've lost 3 in a row. They've been an embarrassment to the Duke teams.
Because they're not a good team
I
this
think,
year. Because they're not good.
Well, NC State's not a good team either. Duke's got the talent. They just haven't performed.
I know, but geographically, this game sets up bad for Duke as far as there's all those schools that are right there. They're right on top of each other. So, I don't know. I don't love it, that's for sure. I see 3.5s. It was 3. It's 3.5s as well. I don't care that much about it. If anything, it's NC State for me. We go to our next set of games. And this will be 5 o'clock and on.
You skipped over some of the 4 o'clocks, like Arkansas, Missouri.
Well, I've said anything in that time slot. So it kind of encompasses everything. Right?
I also like Missouri minus 3 points against Arkansas.
You already had your chance in that slot.
I didn't hear the 4. I thought we were doing the 3s. I didn't know we went.
But we're covering Duke, NC State at 4, but we're not covering Missouri, Arkansas at 4.
That's what made me wonder what you were doing there. But I messed up. I'll take the blame. I apologize.
And I'll go against you. I like the Razorbacks. I totally missed out.
God damn it.
Rod, did you realize we could have done Missouri and Arkansas? I didn't realize it. I don't know.
Villanova's playing Creighton today. Rutgers is playing Northwestern. Northwestern's playing a lot of games these days. Gonzaga back on the court against the Dons, San Francisco. South Carolina, Ole Miss, odd line in that one with the Gamecocks only getting 1.5 after Ole Miss beating Missouri by 20-something points in the worst beatdown I've seen Missouri take in quite some time. Virginia up against North Carolina. Anything in that 5-6 o'clock time slot, Brian? Austin P.
I'm going to take Villanova and lay the points on the road. They burnt me a couple times, like against Georgetown, but I think they need to get a big road blowout win against a good team, and I think they do it against Creighton. And I like the Dons to keep it within 10 or 11 with Gonzaga here. San Francisco Dons at home. That's probably my best bet, free bet of the day.
We're going to have that late show. You could have given it out on your pick on that late show.
I already know. I'm doing an NBA for my late show.
There you go. Chris?
Oh, I may be doing a death march, but I'm going to take Gonzaga laying the 16.5. The 1-4-1 record on the road this season against the numbers, I think, just been a product of laying numbers like 32.5, 28, just high 20s, low 30s, but 16.5 against the Dons team they just beat by 23 at home. And we're laying more points in that game. I think 16.5 is a reasonable cover for Gonzaga. I also like Arkansas Little Rock and Arkansas State over 140. I think that's a game we at least hit 150 in that one. And I like the under 128.5 in North Carolina, Virginia. I just think as long as North Carolina doesn't break out offensively and Virginia doesn't go off on the scoreboard, I think we easily have an under in that one.
A lot of questions and comments here about the premium picks, but it's like it's $30 a month, and it's like if you don't, it's the type of thing. It's $1 a day. If you don't like it, well, it's a dip your toe in the water product. It's like if you don't like it, your risk is minimal. It's $30. If you can't afford $30 a month, stop betting now. Just stop betting right now. Seriously. I'm saying that as a concerned person, because that's not what the audience we're trying to reach. Betting is supposed to be fun. Here's one. Mitch is a racist. He only has white people as guests. Is this true?
I'm sorry. Has no one ever watched The Drive-Thru? Has no one ever watched?
I don't know. I think we have more minority handicappers and women than any other handicapping website out there. Covers has Ricky Tran. You want to talk about racist? It's not even an Asian guy that does that. It's Jesse Shuley. Okay? You want to talk about racist? That's as bad as it gets, man. I'm offended by that comment, man. I am absolutely offended by it. You can call me all the other bullshit that the trolls call me, but that one is bullshit. Man, you know what? Maybe I should just stop doing this stuff. If that's what people think of me, man, then I am not doing it right. Wow. Go ahead, man. Your picks. Who's up?
Well, for me in this time slot, I'm going to take Belmont. I'll lay the 10 points. This Morehead State's been great this season, but Belmont's even better. I don't see Morehead State competing with Belmont on the road here, so I'll take Belmont. I also am going to take Abilene Christian, lay the points against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi hasn't beaten a Division I team all year. They haven't won a road game all year. Abilene Christian's been fantastic at home. So even though it's 19.5 points, I think Abilene Christian definitely gets a 20-plus point victory at home. I also lean Alcorn State against Mississippi Valley State. Everybody that watches me on the weekends knows how much I hate Mississippi Valley State and how much I love my man Troy Maine Crosby on Alcorn State. So I think that they take down the worst team in Division I pretty easily. And I lean Houston Baptist, laying the 1.5 against Lamar. Just a clash of styles right there. You got Lamar, more defensive style, but Houston Baptist doesn't really play too much defense. That they do like to shoot pretty well behind the 3-point line. I think they're the top 150 in 3-point shooting. So I'll take the offensive team over the defensive team. So Houston Baptist laying the 1.5.
For me in this time spot, I like the Dons as well. Give me the Dons plus the points. I think Gonzaga wins that, but not by that many points. I think the Zags, the Dons hang with them. As the Zags on the road are 1-4 ATS on that number on the year. I think they win by like 12. I like Austin P over Southeast Missouri State. As Southeast Missouri State's 0-4 ATS their last 4 games. They're 1-8 straight up on the road. Austin P's starting to roll. Lay the 11. They get the win and cover in that one. That's all I like in that time slot.
All right. I like San Francisco. And, yes, I'm good. Chris, you take over for a little bit. Take a walk.
So for the 7 o'clock games.
Hang on a sec.
Oh.
I think you might be good to go.
Okay, I think so.
I think you just forgot.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, where are we at? What time?
Okay, so 7 o'clock games. Might have to go all the way through the 8 o'clock as well. UCLA Washington at 7:30. USC Washington State at 8. Providence DePaul. St. Mary's Pepperdine. Valpo Northern Iowa. And Tennessee Martin Murray State will get us up to 8:30. Right, it goes from 7 to 8:30.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna possibly might add USC to my premium playlist, but they're definitely a play that I like. USC 9-1 last 10. I think they're really won 5 in a row, picking up steam. I think they need statement road wins. I think they can win this one at least by 10. So take the Trojans here.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you on USC there. I just think they're the better team. And, Washington State was hanging on with their defense early on in the season, but now I just don't know if they're going to be able to do it going forward. This USC team is legit, so I'll take Southern Cal in the points, and I'm going to take St. Mary's and Pepperdine to go over 133.5. That just seems low to me for a game that could easily see both teams get well into the 70s. So I like St. Mary's and Pepperdine to go over. And those are the two I really like for that time slot.
I see the comments saying there's some kind of echo. I'm not sure if somebody's. It could be my mic, I don't know, but chat's saying echo. But in this time slot, there's not much I like. I like the earlier part of the day a lot better, but I will take a lean on Northern Iowa laying the points against Valpo. Valpo, they took down Drake, and I think they covered both games. Everybody, is quick to jump on them, and I think this spread might scare a few people off Northern Iowa, but I just think that that's a better team. So I'll lay the 7 points with Northern Iowa. And I also lean Washington State against USC. I just think that's too many points for the home team, Washington State, not to cover. I think this is going to be a good game. USC's been, fantastic. They're really running the table in Pac-12. But I just think that Washington State has enough in them to make this a competitive game, so I'll take the points.
For me in this time slot, I like USC as well. They've just been pouring it on lately, and I just don't see Washington, the Cougs at home. They're 5-6 ATS. When USC, the way they're playing, they're just going to run right over them in that one. And I like Bellarmine against Northern Alabama. They had a nice lead in that game yesterday, and they just went ice cold shooting. That's not going to happen today. No, stay solid right through the whole game as they're 6-2 ATS on the road. Give me Bellarmine against Northern Alabama.
I like
next time slot.
I like I'm gonna go
there
with,
you go.
I like Washington against UCLA. I think it's too many points. Mick Cronin on the road. Straight trash. I like Loyola Marymount against Pacific. That's about it for that time slot. Where are we? Late games, or are we finished?
You're up to 9 o'clock.
Late games.
So I went over with my UCLA. No, that's 7:30. Yeah. I can ignore. I think what you guys don't see is I ignore most of the comments. What you guys see is about 1% of all the stuff I take in, and I know this is what I signed up for, and I understand that. And it's mostly jealousy, and people think it's like they call me a baby or loser or all of these other things. And I mean, you guys should see my email I get, right? I mean, it's worse than this, but there's certain, it's like underneath it, I'm still a person. And you could ask any of these guys after, that know me, not on, some show. I'm not perfect. I'm not even fucking close. But I'll tell you what, I always do the right thing, and if I don't, I make sure that it's made right. And I don't know, man. If people really honestly think this about what we're doing, then we're not doing something right. If it could possibly be misconstrued in that way on something that's so important to me, then I'm not doing something right. So instead of being a hater, you guys tell me, tell me how I can make it right. I mean, I know that we lacked in areas before. And I never have turned people away because of race, color, or any of that stuff. These are the people that asked me to be part of the site and that showed me that they had what it took to be part of what we do. And I just took the best people that applied, And anybody that runs any kind of anything would do the same thing. I don't know, man. We have Spanish handicappers, right? Of Hispanic. We have black handicappers. We have women. I don't know if we have any Asian people or not. I mean, I don't even know.
You got a writer.
Yeah, but I don't even know. Writer. Yeah, but I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like I said, I must be doing something wrong. If anyone could even say that about me, then I'm not doing something right. If I leave myself open for that, hey, being called a dick, a baby, a loser, you suck, you lost that Oregon game 2 years ago, all those things. All right, maybe you got me, but something like that, whatever, man. Anyways. Got the late game. Stanford, Utah, Boise against UNLV, Colorado, Cal. Brian's on the Bears, I'm sure. You see Irvine back at it.
Who am I on? The Cal Bears? That's a good idea, Mitch. Maybe I should be. Now, for me in the late slot, I'm looking at UNLV again, plus the points. They nipped me just the other night. Boise's got a big game of Utah State on deck next, so maybe UNLV can keep it respectable here. I like the betting numbers, the way they're moving. And, late ad for me. I'll take the Cal Bears plus the points against Colorado. You guys showed me into a good one there. I just think there's too much small bettors there on the Buffaloes, and Cal can get us a nice, easy late game cover like they did in the last game.
So easy to suck them in.
It was a layup.
It was so easy. It was so obvious.
It was so obvious I missed it.
Yeah, I didn't even have that on my play sheet.
It's like too bad that Western Michigan Ohio game is postponed. We could have really drawn them in. Chris,
It almost sounded like Brian was offended at first when we said Kai's like, who?
wait a minute.
That's a good pick.
Oh man.
He's got the new pen going.
I did add I started a new tennis game.
He looks at it. I shall call you Cal.
What's this Cal you speak of? Wait a minute, getting 10.5? Colorado 16-5?
Oh man, I'm gonna take Stanford laying the 4.5 against Utah. I'm still gonna stick with Utah historically being a bad road team, and I think we're gonna be able to capitalize on that here. I'm going to take Seattle getting the 5.5 at home against New Mexico State. And New Mexico State's got a lot of good players, but just hasn't translated this season. And Seattle hasn't played many home games, but they're still doing fairly decent against the spread. So give me Seattle plus the 5.5. And I like UC Santa Barbara again against Hawaii. Just beat up on Hawaii in the first meeting, and I think they complete the sweep here. So. Give me Santa Barbara on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Brian here. I'm going to take the California Golden Bears getting the 10.5. It's just too many points at home. Bradley, it's one of the best players in the conference, and I think him alone could do enough to catch a cover here at home. So I'll take the points with Cal.
For me in this time slot, I like the Utes. They already whooped up on Stanford, beat them by 14 earlier in January, so a couple weeks ago. I think they come in and do it again. Give me Utah. I'm going to take Utah on the money line. I think they come into Stanford and get the win outright. It's the only one I like at that time slot.
I like UC Irvine. I think they get the revenge here. They're so bad. So bad in that game.
Once wasn't enough.
No, I need to take the beat down. Chris, did you get the win on UTEP against FIU yesterday?
Yes, he did.
For our premium members?
Yes, sir.
Nice win.
Nice.
Murray State plays every day, except the days they're not playing. How about Pepperdine -1 against St. Mary's? That's not an odd line to anyone.
Because St. Mary's hasn't played in how long? How long have they been off for? Weeks?
I had the over in that one, but
not everybody who hasn't played is
well, they
comes out rusty. I mean, Xavier, the first game of the season, beat Oakland by 50.
I was just gonna say. Make sure you guys are members of that premium YouTube channel, because I'm giving out my Colonial Athletic Game of the Year. One of the biggest bets I've made all year. Got to be a YouTube premium guy.
I got a really strong play for the premium as well. It's actually, on days like today, it works out really well, the premium, because it's like I have a bunch of picks that, I could have put in, and I would have put in. And I just wasn't able to.
I'm going to have to let you guys know my later pick, because I'm taking my mom out to another dinner I don't know if this is a Saturday night thing for me, but I don't know. Taking my mom out to eat for Valentine's Day tonight.
Mom, pass the meatloaf.
Give me an extra like.
Smash the like button. Grab yourself a premium YouTube membership Well, you got your phone open, your iPhone. I'll show you
Oh,
how
and I
to do
gave
it.
a nice tip last week too to the waitress. She was a nice lady.
Oh, for God's sake, not this again.
I gave her a $20 bill.
Ooh, Bitler gave me $6. I'm gonna drop my pants.
It's a $20 bill.
It's a $20 bill with take Cal plus the points written on.
It's like Bitler's tipping. Waitresses are just dropping their pants all over Philly.
Lancaster.
Ron, did you say something?
What?
Did you say something?
No.
All right.
I just put my NBA play in there.
Oh, speaking of NBA, Phoenix Suns against Philadelphia 76ers. Hawks against the Pacers. Look out at that. Look out, Sixers fans. Bitler's tipping.
Maybe we forgot to go over our wares for today.
Knicks, Rockets, Warriors, Nets, and Jazz, Heat. You can do mix in your shtick with the thing.
Yeah, well, you guys can get my Saturday college basketball game of the year 3-pack. It has 3 absolutely knockout plays last week, 7-0 against the spread on Saturday. I'm looking to really crush the books in college basketball. I'm going to add another play when we get off the air. Probably will be NHL, but I'm going to have 5 plays total today. Pick them up at pickdogs.com.
Is it true you finance your tips to the hot waitresses on layaway? Is that how it works? It's like, I'd like to put this on layaway.
Well, I check to see if they're married first, and then that can increase the tip.
It's like, what's this? I'm on layaway. Putting it on layaway.
Oh, and I guess I better give my picks out for this time. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers over the Phoenix Suns here. I was undecided a little bit on this game, but the Sixers coming off that loss to the Blazers, I think they need to I think they're the best team in the East. And to be the best team in the East, they got to beat Phoenix and coming up Utah Jazz and teams like that. So I'll lay the point with the Sixers here.
Studies have shown Brian's 28% more likely to tip if the plates are round instead of square.
Yeah. They give me a square plate, that's it.
It's like, I just want to let you know. Brian's
He
like,
gives a square plate. He writes
Brian's
the
like-
minus in the tip, right?
Brian's filling out the thing. He's like, he attached it. It's like, what's this post-it? I just want to let you know that you're hotter than the 20% tip I gave you. So we're going to consider this layaway. I'll be back to give you the other $4 on Tuesday.
Well, then you're not gonna like my house for dinner, because at my house I own square plates. It's like that's what we have. I got small square plates and big square plates. I have round plates too, but we use the square ones more. They just work better.
It's okay. The knives are sharp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So no, you can't come for dinner. Sure, have square plate dinner.
Seeing some 4.5s in this Xavier UConn game.
How many?
4.5 now.
Oh.
Xavier UConn. That Indiana is back down 6.5. At most places. Not at the Vegas places though. Maybe they're just later on the report. And that line opened 6.5. It's 6.5, 7. It's like, I'm surprised that we haven't seen more action on that game. Surprised.
We need for the NBA now.
Yeah, Chris, we're waiting for you.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
They give the shot in the chair for everybody.
I milk those sound effects whenever they come up. Well, for me, for the shtick today, I got my Saturday Super 7 for college hoops. the 7 favorite plays just from beginning to end. I couldn't break it down, so I kept it to a 7-pack. Or I got my NBA 3-point play for through all the NBA's action today. Today, Saturday is going to be BYOB, bring your own broom, because we are going to sweep the board today. I am feeling very good about it today. but for my early games, I like the over 223 in Philadelphia Phoenix. I just think this is going to be a high-scoring game no matter which way you slice it. And Indiana, Atlanta, I like under 224.5. You see this being first to 110 wins that game, and I think it just comes in under 224. I think it gets 215 to 219, but not above that.
Well, I'll keep my shtick short. 5 college hoops for $34.95. And that's it. 76ers, I like them a lot today. I'll lay the point. I'd lay more than a point, but I think this is a big bounce back after the Sixers took a road loss to the Trailblazers. Like Brian said, I don't know if they're one of the best teams in the East, but, they're going to be in the playoffs, and if they're going to be a playoff team, they need to beat these types of teams on the road. It's going to be a great game, but I think I like Philadelphia and Joel Embiid to pull it out in the end. So that's probably my favorite free play in the NBA today.
Rod?
And for me today, I got a college basketball 5-pack. I've got an NHL 5-pack, and I got an NBA triple. Or you can get it all in one Supreme Saturday pack. Available over at Pick Dogs Premium. Excited about today's card. Loving today's card. And I like the 76ers over the Suns. They're definitely the better team. They're going to come here, and here's where they make the statement. Beat up the Suns.
I have a Super 7-pack for today, but I have some bonus picks for people that are long-term subscribers. And I'm going to add at least one NBA pick to that as well. I like the Phoenix Suns. I'm on the opposite side of you guys. I think they're going to beat the Sixers here. I think they're just tough as nails. This team just doesn't take no for an answer. I like that. So I'm going to take them. I also like the Warriors against the Nets because I took them in my video pick, and a lot of people bashed me for it. And that's usually a very, very good sign. I also would like to thank Bobby for sending me this sign behind me that we talk about all the time. You can see it directly over my shoulder. I win 100% of the games. I get to pick after they are over. He even put my signature on there and our Pick Dogs logo. I appreciate it, Bobby. Bobby is the king of the hard four in Vegas. This guy, whenever I play craps with Bobby, we always have we always go over the hump. You know, in the craps table, you know how they give you the slot for the chips. We always go over the side. Like, we fill out our entire rack with chips, and then you have to go over the side and put in more, even though they're coloring you up all the way. It's always crazy, and it's amazing that we've done it so many times. And the thing about it is that he also just clears out the don't players. Like, the don't players will be like on a run at the table, and Bobby will roll like 7 hard 4s and like 9 hard 10s, and it's like the don't players. It's like they used to have the big stack of chips, and they're like Bittler, the Bittler of the crap table, right? And it's like all of a sudden it's like one roll, it's all over. I'm laying the 4 and the 10, right? It's like, if I'm laying, I'm laying the 6 and the 8. It's like, you guys know me. Anyways, I like the Suns, and I like the Pacers here against the Hawks. I just think the Hawks are my new fade team. I just can't stand them. I don't like anything that they stand for. That brings us to our hockey segment. And let's see. I guess I have to add a scene here for it. Ooh, that was scary. So, I don't have Romanelli in our NHL. I can't find... Oh, there you guys are. So, Chris, Brian, Rod, Ron. All right, Chris, take her away.
All righty. We just got to break it up into 2. We're going to go at 3 o'clock. Ottawa, Winnipeg, 4. Vegas, San Jose. And the 7 o'clock games, Boston, the Islanders, Tampa Bay at Florida, and Montreal, Toronto. Brian, any of those five?
Might be a day late on it, but I'm going to hit on Florida Panthers today. I think they can get a nice win against Tampa Bay. They kind of got a statement win last time out. I just think maybe, possibly, they're the better team here. And if you can still get plus money, take the Panthers here. I like that.
I think
good value.
So what apparently happens is when I create a new scene in on here, it goes to default settings. So it's picking up sound from my soundboard. And it's picking up sound from Skype, which is bringing these guys in. So when I did the new scene before, that's why you have the echo. So it's like everyone's like, I don't hear it anymore because I saw the comments, I clicked the box. So I just saw that happen again. So in the future, I guess I will just have to pay attention to this shit. All right, back to whatever you guys were talking about.
Ron, any of these five games?
Yeah, I agree with Brian. Might be a day late, but the Panthers have played the Lightning tough. I mean, obviously the Floridian rivalry, it's not too strong, but it's there, and I think the Panthers getting great value at home with the plus 120 on the money line. They could take down this Lightning team again. This is a really young and exciting Panthers team. I also will lean the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't like laying that 135 price, but I just think the Maple Leafs are the better team at this point. Montreal does have a great team, and I expect both of these teams in the postseason when the regular season's over. But Toronto just got a lot of firepower on that offense. I just think they take this game against one of their biggest rivals.
Ron?
For me, in the early game, I like the over 6.5. I know the Jets will get their goals. They should easily score 4 or 5 goals. It's just a matter of Senators doing their part and getting a couple to get us the over. I think they do. Give me the over in that one. And I'm Sharks. This is their first home game of the year. Surprising. I had to play the first 12 games on the road, so I think this is the first game at home for the Sharks, and I think they're going to upset the Knights and get a win here. Give me the Sharks at home. What else do we like here? I like the under in the Lightning and the Panthers. I think we got a tight, hard-hitting game in that one, and goals come at a premium. Give me the under 5.5. Same thing with the Bruins and the Islanders. That's going to be a typical Bruins defensive battle. 2-1 at the most in that game. Love the under 5.5 in that one. And I'm going to take the Leafs. The Leafs have been rolling. And I love when the Leafs beat up on Montreal. Also, look for Matthews to get a goal, as he's scored in like 8 of the last 9 games for the Leafs. I should be able to get some good value on Matthews to score a goal, anytime goal in that contest.
Yeah, for me in these ones, I like Winnipeg on the puck line against Ottawa. I just, like Rod said, it's Winnipeg names their score here. I think if it's just a matter of Ottawa, how many, if they're going to get, if any at all. So give me Winnipeg on puck line. I'm with you guys. I like Florida as well. I just think there's value here, and I think they're begging you to take Tampa Bay at this price. So take whatever value you can get with Florida. And I like Toronto as well. Call it a homer pick, but Toronto just seems to step up for these games against Montreal, and I think that's another. What we have here is just another game where the Toronto Maple Leafs, highest scoring offense in the league, comes out to play, and I think they take care of Montreal tonight. Then go to the 8 o'clock games. Carolina, Dallas, St. Louis, Arizona for the 28th time in a row. Columbus, Chicago. Detroit, Nashville, and then to round it out at 10 o'clock, Calgary, Vancouver. Brian?
I'm going to go back to my Flames. They really hurt me in the last game, and maybe they'll do it again, but I just think they're the better team. They showed it last time out, and this price is a little high, but I'll lay the minus 130 is usually my cutoff. And then I like the Coyotes. I'm going to go back to the Coyotes again today. I think there's still value there. I think they can take out the Blues.
Ron?
I like the Blackhawks. The first game between these two teams was total opposite of what I thought it was going to be. 6-5 shootout. Blackhawks had the lead with, I think, like 2:40 left, and all of a sudden 2 regulation goals in the last couple minutes by Columbus to steal it. I think the Blackhawks have a lot to prove and a lot of revenge to get in this one, so I'll take them on the money line. I also, I'm not sure if everybody's book has this, but one of the books I see away goals and home goals proposition where you can say which side's going to have more goals. I like the home goals plus 105. I think there's a lot of good home teams. Like I said, Chicago, the Florida Panthers, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Sharks. I also like the Sharks, like Rod said earlier. So I think you're getting good value with the home team scoring more goals today.
Ron? For me in this time slot, I like the Blues and the Coyotes to go over. I know yesterday they just snuck under that number. I think today we're going to get a whole pile more goals. We're going to get some backups playing in that game. So give me the over. The Blackhawks game, I know last time they went crazy scoring. We got 11 goals in that one. Not this one. I think we're going to get the under. I see 3-2 game at most in that one. Take the under 5.5. I like Detroit. Detroit gets the win this time. I know they battled and they just lost 3-2 the last game. They get the win this time. Give me the Red Wings over the Predators. And I like Dallas over the Hurricanes. I think in the video I might have taken the Canes, but I'm going to go Dallas. Dallas is starting Ottmeyer in goal, and he's actually been better than Hudobin this year. So I think Dallas gets the win on both on in that close game. So give me Dallas on that one. And I like the Flames. The only teams that the Canucks have beat this year is Ottawa, and beat them game this year, so that's not going to change here. The Flames beat up the Canucks again.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the video pick. I'm gonna go with the Hurricanes in this one. I just think Dallas, they're back to playing defensive hockey, but the offense isn't showing up, and until they can, I don't know if they'll be able to hang with teams like Carolina. I think Carolina edges them out here, so I'll take Carolina to add to Dallas's losing streak. I'm gonna take Chicago against Columbus, keep all their success coming at home, and I think Chicago gets another one here. So take Chicago on the money line, and I'll take Detroit as well. I'll take a shot with the Red Wings. It's not like they got blown out by Nashville. They just got edged out with a minute to go before we went to overtime. I think that's a positive sign for Detroit going forward, even in a losing effort. So I'll take Detroit. And that's the end of the hockey for today.
All right. So a lot of questions here about the premium. So we've had trouble going live with the premium the last 2 days, and we've just been posting videos. I'm gonna try again this morning to do it live. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna try it for about 5 minutes or so. I'll give it of trying to do it. If I'm unable to do it, we will we'll just figure it out. I just don't know how to do it. So
do they allow you to go live on a premium content?
Yeah, they do. They do. We've done it before. The first show we were able to do it. So someone asked if it's Mitch babbling or just picks. Actually, these shows, if you look at the videos, they're about 3 to 5 minutes total. It's just a pick and a quick explanation and a recap by each person. That's all it is. I don't have any control over YouTube. I can't post the video on the on our website either. I can't do it. It'll just be the same thing. It'll just be the video, and then they'll ask you to pay through YouTube. It'll be the same thing. But I believe Brian is posting the picks at the website.
Yeah, what I've been doing.
Are you putting them for sale?
I didn't get your one from yesterday because it was too close to tip off. But the premium picks, I logged them into the live best of the live show. So there's some kind of so you guys can go back and see if we won or lost and what our record is.
Do we set up an option to pay $50 there or $100 there to make it because there is extra work involved on that.
Yeah, I didn't set up anything.
Maybe we set it up there at $100 a month.
Yeah, I just let the subscriptions in place from where it was before. So If people want to pay money and not watch the video and pay a lot more, then that's up to them.
Okay.
I just did it as more of a record tracking, so it would be there.
Well, we could change the price to 100
we'll
or,
change it.
or 125 or something. It's definitely more work. It's just a whole
whatever you
thing.
guys
So
want to do.
It's not going to be, we're not going to do double for, because I honestly, I'm always honest with you guys. I might be an asshole about it, and I might not always use words that everyone appreciates, and I might always, be nice to Ruffalo, but at the same time, I am always honest with you guys, and I'm on the fence with the premium show. I very, very much am. I didn't want to do it, and I still don't want to do it. And we'll continue it on for a month or so, and that will put us about the start of March Madness. About a month from now, would put us about the start of March Madness. And that will give everybody a month as a member. We'll be able to hear feedback from you guys, but it's I don't know. It's I enjoy doing the free stuff, and it's like I enjoy doing the premium stuff, but it's like this is kind of like in between, and it's obviously not my best picks because I've given those out in the premium area, right? The ones that I feel are the best. I mean, I think Rod gave out picks that he gave out as premium picks.
I mean, for me, they're my best picks. I mean, I just select one or two of them, and then that's how it goes.
You take from your regular. I
have 5 regular picks, and I'll pick one of those out for the early and one out for the later, and they're getting the value of my best plays. So it's just to subscribe to me, you're going to get all my stuff.
Yeah, but my premium picks are so low priced to begin with. It's like. Everyone is always giving me a hard time about how low I price my premium picks. It's like I'm not going to discount those further, for people that have already, paid for a yearlies and monthlies and have been loyal customers for a very long time. It's like I like being able to give a premium product for less money. I like that idea. I've always done that since I've started, but at the same time, it's you know what I mean? It starts to become a loser for me, It's like we're charging so little, and the work isn't less, It's more. So, for me, I mean, I
just have to put Ruffalo in charge.
I fall asleep on the couch with the computer, at the computer every single night. It's like at a certain point that has to end, And adding another show isn't going to do it. This is why I don't host the drive-thru. This is why you guys have to suffer through Ruffalo 5 days a week.
Technically 7 because I'm on in the mornings.
It's true. God, it's a lot of Ruffalo.
8 days a week.
Quiet, you. Nobody.
All right. Well, we're gonna try and do the premium. We're gonna try and do the premium live, and then we will. If we're not able to do it, we'll just upload a video. It's basically the same thing. It is really the same thing, right? I mean, it's not like we're answering questions and going over comments and stuff. We're just giving out picks, and it is premium picks. So, all right, I'll step up my game then on that. And
I'll step it up a little bit.
We'll see where it goes. I think is like a day like today. I have 20 other games I could have given out as premium picks. I do.
Yeah.
I have a whole card full of them.
I still got work to do on the premium end. So
yeah, me too. Me too. All right, Chris, give out your parlay.
All right. So for today, just gonna go college hoops. We're gonna try to build on the 2 hits from yesterday. We're gonna go with Auburn. Plus the points, Gonzaga laying the points, and USC laying the points.
Auburn, Gonzaga, USC. Hate it. Rod.
For me, I'm going to take Syracuse laying the points, Vermont laying the points, Hofstra laying the points.
Now
those 3 up. I like that.
That's some sound advice, Chris. Say that again, Rod, so you can hear you.
We're going to go Syracuse laying the points, Vermont laying the points, Hofstra laying the points.
You see the geographics of that parlay? All kind of in that same northeastern area. All getting along. All getting along.
Little clump.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about geographics. I'm just worried about getting them right.
Yeah, obviously.
And then I got a 3-team NHL Moneyline Parlay for you.
Why'd you have
We're
to
gonna
blow
go,
it? Why you were rolling?
Yeah, it's rolling. I'm gonna roll with this one too. This one's even.
You were
this is
rolling.
good. We're gonna hit all 6. All 6 we're gonna roll with and hit today. That's how excited I can't rub my hand and hold the book at the same time. But
Yeah, hit 5.
we're going to go Detroit money line, the Stars money line, Calgary money line. Parlay those 3 up. Parlay all 6 up. It's gonna be a big day today.
Alrighty, I got a 3-team chalk parlay, college basketball. Belmont laying the 10, Abilene Christian laying the 19.5, and Alabama laying the 13. You're going to lay a lot of chalk, but these are all 3 good teams. So those are my chalk 3-teamer.
Ryan?
Yeah, for me, my 3-teamer, you guys got me Iowa State out of my 3-teamer. I got Cal Bears plus the points, San Francisco Dons plus the points, and USC Trojans minus the points. That's my 3.
Islanders versus Bruins. Bruins. Got, I'm going to go with, I'm going with, man. I'm going to go with Toledo. Going to go with Mercer. And I'll go with Furman. Toledo, Mercer, Furman. That'll be my 3. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes that are premium members. Going to try and get it live. If not, we'll just post the video. It is the same thing. I haven't heard one complain about it. If it wasn't the same thing, I know you guys would be all over my ass. Anyways, we're going to try and act more professional tomorrow.